Hello everyone, I am Richard Bayano from Benin Republic. I am honored to be given the opportunity to answer such an important question, which is to know if Vodun is so powerful, how come the French invaders succeeded in conquering our land? But before answering that question, I would like something to be clear in everybody's mind. Vodun as revealed by Ifa, Vodun as natural forces, natural energy that governs individuals, that rules every person, has nothing to do with human madness. Vodun is pure expression of God, the mighty creator of the universe, and God has never been for one people and against another. So the term Vodun that we're going to use during this talk refers to black magic, fetishism. It refers to spiritual robotry that our forefathers developed to wage war or to conquer some lands even before the arrival of the white invaders. So, to the main question, which is to know if Vodun is so powerful, how come the invaders, the French invaders, succeeded in conquering our people? The true question should be the following one. If black magic is so powerful, how come our army failed against the French invaders? Yes, black magic is very powerful. Very, very powerful. And no European army was strong enough to face the kingdom of Dahomey under the rule of Glele, nor under the rule of Béarn. Let us, for example, talk about the first attack of French against the Dahomey kingdom. You know that before the French waged war against the Dahomey, it is the kingdom of of Dahomey under Béarn, who attacked women. Porte-Novo, who signed a protection law with that kingdom, with the French. Porte-Novo had a protection law with the French. And when Topha Ier took power in 1874, he re-established that protection with the French. And the kingdom of Béarn, said no to that contract, that it could not happen. That white people should not have protection law or have power over any land here. Since we have black people living in Porte-Novo, then Porte-Novo is under the rule of black people. Under his rule. And then he attacked the women. It's after that that French decided to attack the kingdom of Abomey, saying that they have a protection law over the kingdom of Porte-Novo. And as sound illustration, we have to refer to the symbol of Béarn at Goho, where you can see a statue where he has his hands, which means stop to the white man. But what happened that day, people need to know the true story. It was a farmer who was in his farm and climbed a tree. He wanted to cut a branch for a purpose in his farm, nobody knew. And he saw the French invaders coming with the army. And they had guns or all the stuff, the weapon that would wage war, do the war with. And he rushed down from the tree and ran to the kingdom, to the king's palace, and said, "King, I bow down 3 times. I've just seen some white people with black men, and they had a weapon. They are coming toward the palace." And Beyonce said, "Really? No problem." And he orders his people to get ready, to take their amulet, the portion they have, the knives, and order the Amazons to get ready. And then, the time the Europeans, the French army, come to the palace, Beyonce know that his people could not be totally ready. Then he stood up and went to the place where we call Goho today. Goho, which means we are going to meet the Europeans, to face them. And right there, he he had this position. He held his hand to them, saying, "Stop." And it was an incantation that they had to wait for him till he get ready before they come to the palace. And the distance that should take just 30 minutes lasted more than 3 hours, because the French warriors, the soldiers, were walking toward the palace, but they were not making progress, because Beyonce used the black magic to prevent them from moving toward the palace. And that time, his soldiers got ready and did the portion that would do the amulet and stuff that they would use for the war. Because Abome's kingdom, the most powerful soldiers were women that we call Amazon, Agodie. Then, when you can already see an expression of black magic, because if they didn't have black magic, the war should be over that time. But by doing this, you had to wait till I got ready. He blocked them. And that day was very hard for Europeans, because the Amazon killed a lot of warriors. And the second point is that Europeans have never used, when we say the war between French and Dahomey, it has never been a pure war against French, because the French army was in majority black people. There were Senegalese, Gabonese that they gathered, and very few people were whites. And when you you Google and you look for information about the war, they will say that French people lost just some 100 warriors. But really speaking, they were counting those who had white skin. They forgot the Senegalese, the Gabonese that they hired for the war. So they were blocked that day. And those who run away. And it's at that time that the captain in charge of the French troop was obliged to call France to ask for renfort. And then they will send Dodge, who was a colonel at that time. And then the time, because don't forget, the war, the phase one of the war lasted from February 21st to October 4th in the year 1890. So during those months, the French army was blocked. And when I say French army, don't think there were white people. It's true, there was some white people were among them, but the majority were black. They were black. There were black people in majority. And the French troops suffered a lot in the hands of the Amazon that time. But why did this not take long and the kingdom fail? In fact, the war against the French people was a war in majority against black people. King Tofa I of Port Novo, who used to be the cousin of Béhanzin, the king of Abomey, was on the side of the French army and would send warriors, plus would share spiritual technologies, spiritual secrets with the French, how they can proceed, because when Béhanzin's people attacked the Europeans, the French, the guns, the Europeans' guns could not do any harm to the soldiers. You shoot on them, it didn't enter their body. So the French people could not understand what was happening, and the women were cutting their head. So, apart from King Tofa, we also have Gao Buchidi, who used to be the brother of Béhanzin and member of Béhanzin's troop, who had always envied the position of his brother, because he knew that if Béhanzin were not the king, he should be the one on the throne. So if French people happened to eliminate, to arrest Béhanzin, he knew that he would become the next king. So both Tofa Ier, both Gao Buchidi, who were part of the, Béhanzin's people, Béhanzin's family, were on the French side. So we also have to remember something. When Béhanzin was selected by his father Glele to be the next king when he passes away, his brother did not appreciate. And Béhanzin was a very strict and direct person. He was ready to kill anyone who tried to betray the kingdom secret. And he was committing human sacrifices in his palace. If they notice that you make mistake and people can no longer rely on you, it will not be a simple punishment, they will kill you. So many people did not appreciate Béhanzin's strictness. So it was all those people, especially his brother, who started revealing the secret of black magic to the white, how they can proceed so that the bullet will enter Daomean's soldier's body, who started putting stuff that they should never put on Béhanzin's fetish, and then the army was weakened. And then when the Europeans shoot on them, when the European shoots on the Daomean's soldiers, they fall, and automatically Béhanzin started losing people. And with a very small group of soldiers, he was obliged to run away and start looking for other strategies. So it is not that the black magic was not strong enough to face Europeans, but it's rather that it is black people who helped Europeans to arrest black people. To succeed in conquering our land, they tried to sign contracts with other black people, other black kings who were jealous or who were enemies to the kingdom of Abomey, to Béhanzin. So it's not that black magic is not strong enough. It's just because it was black magic against black magic plus French technology. So that's what happens. That's all for today. But anyway, if you're looking for further information about what happened, whether you want to know more about the foundation of Benin, Dahomey Kingdom, anything related to the history of Benin Republic, whether you want to know more about African spirituality, more precisely Vodun window or black magic, just contact me. My phone number is the 96848037. The country code is 229. The same number is my WhatsApp. Thank you.